What's cracking to the fine folks out there in YouTube land? T-Money up in the Heezy. Here for a quick Wednesday night update. I've got a few items from Amazon that came in the mail today, and I've got a few items from FYE. I also have one package from Dark Force DVD, which is Code Red DVDs, like sub outlet or new media outlet or whatever. New place for you to buy Code Red stuff aside from the Code Red website, which is great for all of us. So let's get right up in this update. Start off with the stuff I grabbed. So you guys know my FYE is closing the end of, I think, February, so the end of next month. And prices have now been reduced from 30% off of used items to 50% off. So I went in there after work today hoping to find some good used stuff, and I didn't really find, I found like one or two titles. The rest of the stuff I ended up just grabbing for 30% off because all new items and new releases are 30% off. So plus the additional 10 that I get from my premium membership. So trying to milk that shit for all it's worth because we're coming to the end here. So let's get right up in this update. Did I say that? I don't know. First up, V for Vendetta. Couple guys in the 22 Shots chat that I'm in were talking about this film the other night, and it dawned on me that I don't have this release, I don't think. And I really love this film. I saw it when it first came out back in like 2007, was it? I want to say 2006. Okay, 2006, yeah. Well, I see 2006 and 2008 here, but it's a great film, and I want to revisit it in high def. If I can remember correctly, this is one of the earliest, I'll hold it like that so there's no glare, one of the earliest Blu-ray releases that I can remember seeing out there. So less than 20 years. 10 some odd years later, we've got, I finally picked it up on Blu-ray. So, next up, this one I grabbed. This was used. I got it for like $5. I know it's got mixed reviews. All the boys love Mandy Lane, but I don't think that I have this film on any other format, so I figured why not for the price. It was like $12, take 50% off for used items. This was one of the only, I'm noticing like the amount of used inventory that my FYE is naturally, I mean, they're going out of business, but the amount of used inventory they're getting in lately is real slim. So this was one of the only newer things that I noticed there today. I hadn't been there in a few weeks either, so they're definitely slowing down, but I was happy to grab that for $6. Then I grabbed a DVD. I think this is the only DVD in this update. Love me some cheesy Bigfoot films, so I think this is a found footage. I love found footage Bigfoot films as well. So Bigfoot Country, we have a new one. The Legend is Real. I think this is from 2018. Wow, it's a brand new film. So a group of hikers are warned by a guide who has encountered a Sasquatch, but they decide to ignore him and go off the trail. The deeper they go into the woods, they realize they are not alone. Becoming hysterical as night falls, the group is terrorized, well, I read that weird, to their core, accidentally shooting and wounding a Sasquatch. Legend has it the Bigfoot species simply wants to be left alone, but when provoked, they will protect their territory. In this case, the damage has been done and there's no turning back. So, sounds like a cool, another rendition of the Bigfoot story. So, I'm down. I eat that shit up, man. Rehash stories of Bigfoot I could eat all day long as they have a different cast, a different setting, a different story, but I don't mind. I love me some Bigfoot shit, so. Alright, last up for the FYE pickups, I grabbed The Snowman starring Michael Fessenden. Michael Fessenden, whoa! I combined a couple guys there. Michael Fassbender, your star of the Alien Covenant movie. Is it Michael Fessenden, the director of Habit and Wendigo? I think it's Larry Fessenden. Sorry about that. So I totally butchered that one, but that's okay. I corrected myself. So we have The Snowman, and I remember kind of this film getting a bit of hype when it first came out. People saying they enjoyed it, I think, for the most part, but I never saw it, so figured I'd grab it. So that is The Snowman. We'll see. I'll get into that one soon. Let's see. So now we're going to get into the update, guys. Let's see. We'll go with this one first because I know what's in here for sure. I know, yeah. What's in here, but I think this is a new release from the fine folks over at Mill Creek Entertainment. Love me some Mill Creek releases. They're nice and cheap. And I know I've mentioned it before, but in an industry where your average Blu-ray release, or in a day where your average Blu-ray release is like boutique Blu-ray release is an average like $25 or whatever, even a generic company like Paramount $25 for a Blu-ray release. These guys are charging $6. I really commend them for that, and I mean, big props. My highest props go to Mill Creek for making shit happen. And they're even doing slipcovers now. They're showing you like what it is. Like, we can release these movies for $6. They don't have to be $20. It just goes to show that these companies are jacking the shit out of their prices and their products. Because this is beautiful. 35th anniversary edition. Very lackluster on the special features, but that's okay. It's a film I'm not even really familiar with other than reading the synopsis on this. But I mean, come on. Slipcover for $6. Blu-ray. 35th anniversary. Sure, the transfer is fine on this. We have Yor, the Hunter from the Future. I think it's kind of like a Sword and Sandals type cheese dick release. You know, like Deathstalker and so just all those other, I forget the Sword and Sandals movie that Blue Underground put out. The Swordsman, just along those veins. You guys get the picture. But so we have Yor. Comes with a really nice slip, text back like slip. You've got two different cover arts here. You've got, I think, like original theatrical art and maybe like, I don't know if that's newly commissioned or what, but they're giving you two different artworks. I mean, they're doing it right. So thumbs up, you guys. Definitely get my respect, Mill Creek. Yeah, so like I said, the only thing that this film doesn't have is any features other than a new audio commentary from Reb Brown, who may be a producer on the film. I don't know who Reb Brown is, but Anthony Dawson, M. Dawson's in this. Whoa, dropping shit. But yeah, so we have Yor, the Hunter of the Future, from the future. They don't use recyclable cases. I mean, this is like a like cheaper case, I think, but it's not quite recyclable. You know what I mean? It doesn't have that stupid sign, and it's not gutted, so the cover artwork is not going to get ruined or creased. So yeah, can't say it enough. Big ups to Mill Creek Entertainment. Go grab this release, guys. If you like your cheeseball, Sword and Sandals flicks, $6, you can't beat that. Support Mill Creek. Absolutely. All right, let's get into the, excuse me. Whoa. Sorry, I was resting on the keyboard and tweaking out. So we'll get into the Dark Force DVD release. And so I mentioned in one of my recent updates that Dark Force DVD is kind of a cool spot to go to grab some exclusive, cool. Ooh, I slid into that though, shitty. So I guess they're kind of working with Full Moon maybe a little bit. I'm seeing, I lost my train of thought there, guys, but Dark Force DVD is a cool spot to get your Code Red Blu-rays, and what they're doing is they're putting up small amounts of older Code Red releases that were thought to be OOP, but I don't know if they're finding more. But very, very select. So by the time, so the movie that's in here, I'll show you guys. So I picked up Death Journey, another Fred Williamson film, and I showed you guys Mean Johnny Barrows the other night, kind of scooping these up because I've been able to. I thought these movies were out of print, so thanks to Dark Force DVD, they've been made available again, but they're in very small quantities. So like I looked at their website again today, and I noticed that this is gone. But there is a copy of Maniac on there. I forget the subtitle of that movie, but they only had like 5 left. So if you guys missed that one, go grab it. It was like $20, and they're reasonably priced. So I mean, so far I've only purchased 2 things from Dark Force DVD, but I don't know why I'm stuttering over the name there. But it's been great because I've been able to catch up on older releases from Code Red that I missed when they first came out. So big ups to Dark Force. I got an awesome blaxploitation film starring the man Fred Williamson. So that's Death Journey. Alright guys, let's get into, so yeah, and I don't know what's up with this Full Moon stuff, but I got like a deck of playing cards with my last thing. I don't know if they're like affiliated with Full Moon or if they're obviously promoting Full Moon, but this is cool. This is a Dollman comic book. Unfortunately, they threw that in there for free. I just gashed the whole bottom of the thing because I'm a moron. I wasn't anticipating a comic book to be in there, but yeah, never can be too careful, guys. Alright, let me just take a swig of this soda and then I'll get into my last package here. So I think there's 3 films in here if I can remember correctly. Should be. Oh yeah. Alright, cool. So first up we have a new release. I think this came out this Tuesday. Happy Death Day. And I was actually kind of nervous because I wasn't nervous, but I was thinking I wasn't going to get this with the slipcover just because when I bought Jeepers Creepers 3 from Amazon, a lot of times when you buy films from Amazon, you don't get the slips. You just get the regular disc. So I was thinking this would be the same thing, same case as with Jeepers Creepers 3 and wouldn't come with one. But as you see here, I got it. So this is Happy Death Day. I actually saw the preview for this when I was in the theater seeing It. That's when I first heard about this film. And, you know, it looked kind of funny. I mean, kind of lame, but at the same time, kind of a throwback to like the Scream type film. Very self-aware horror, kind of funny. You know, young college campusy type, I think. A lot of 50 Cent in the soundtrack too, so you can't go wrong with that. But it's from the producer of Get Out, The Purge, and The Visit, and I've heard mixed things. Like, my boy Pizzal loved the film, and I pretty much value his opinion most of the time. But I've heard a lot of people talk a lot of shit about this film, so I'm not sure what to expect, what I'll think. But I'm gonna watch the film regardless and form my own opinion on it. But that's Happy Death Day. And then last up, guys, we have 2 releases, one from Shout Select and one from Scream Factory. So this one we have meet Sheriff Reed Morgan. He likes a quiet town. He doesn't like punk kids, strangers, or smart Alex from up north. So we have Chris and Wayne were all 3 and they had crossed the Macon County line. So this is a number 39 on the Shout Select line. A film from Richard Compton. Richard Compton, drive-in cult classic, comes to high definition. Louisiana, 1954. Brothers Chris and Wayne Dixon are joyriding through the South before enlisting in the Army. When the wife of a local sheriff is brutally killed by a pair of psychotic drifters, Chris and Wayne are mistaken for the murderers. Far from home, on the run and out of time, they find themselves hunted by a crazed lawman in a tragedy of rage and revenge that explodes into a shocking climax once they cross the Macon County line. I keep reading things wrong. Best known for playing Goofy, Jethro Bodine on the Beverly Hillbillies, Max Bauer forever changed his image by producing, co-writing, and co-starring in this powerful movie with a strong supporting cast that includes Joan Blackman, Jeffrey Lewis, Cheryl Waters, James Gammon, Doodles Weaver, Leif Garrett. Macon County Line became the hit of 1974 as one of the most acclaimed driving classics of all time. So yeah, when I read the synopsis of this film, I had never actually heard of this before. I was immediately intrigued and wanted to check it out. So stoked on this one, guys, for sure. I really like a lot of the films that Shout Select's been putting out lately, so been grabbing them up for sheezy. Surprised that Matinee was a Shout Select. I'm surprised that wasn't just a horror film. I think I mentioned that before. But inside you got a nice still of the film. And looks like the two dudes there, Wayne and brothers Chris and Wayne Dixon. Alright guys, and last up, probably the most anticipated, the release of this update that I'm most excited for is Eye of the Cat, one of the newer releases from Scream Factory. I think this came out on Tuesday officially. I decided to, so check it out, guys. Films from Scream Factory that are not collector's editions, I'm always buying now from Amazon, no matter what. Because I decided, I weighed the pros and cons of getting a Blu-ray 2 weeks early in the mail if it's going to cost me $10 more to get it. Unless I'm like an absolute diehard filmer, it's an absolute incredible release that I've been waiting for my whole life to come out on Blu-ray. I'm not going to justify spending $10 extra. And I'm just kind of preaching, just letting you guys know what I'm doing. I'm sure you guys are smart enough to know better. But for the longest time, I was just ordering everything directly from Scream Factory. And it just does not make sense because you could get the same film. Long story short, this movie was like $8, I think it was like 27 bucks shipped straight from Shout Factory or Scream Factory's website, and I paid like 19 bucks for this, I think, or maybe even $16.99. I think it was $19.99. Maximum 22. You're saving $5. So every time a movie that's not, but there's an exception, because if you buy collector's editions from Scream Factory, you get the poster, which goes out of print, and that's worth money. So that's an investment I think it's worth investing in. because you're getting extra stuff for the same price and stuff that's most of the time valuable. Or it doesn't decrease in value, it actually increases. So I don't know what I'm saying, guys, but just be on the lookout, or I mean, it's your call, but I think it makes a lot more sense to purchase this directly from Amazon. It's worth the wait because you're going to save money in the long run. So for me, that's what I'm going to start doing lately. Now I'll stop blabbing. I don't know why I went on that tangent, but it's because when I went to buy this, I was going to get this one from Shout Factory. I was like, wait a second, I could get this for like $10 less if I just waited a week or two and wasn't impatient about things. So that's what I did. So yeah, I'm really, really excited for this film though. Eye of the Cat. It is from 1969. It says, Wiley and Cassia are looking for a way to get their hands on a hefty inheritance of Wiley's cat-loving, wealthy Aunt Danny. But there is one little problem. Wiley suffers from a severe case of ailurophobia, the fear of cats. You learn something every day. In order for their plot to succeed, the pair must first eliminate Aunt Danny's legions of feline companions, which ends up being much more difficult than expected. So, kind of a killer cat revenge film, I guess, and I'd love me some killer cat films. Not enough of them, but yeah, this is a film that caught me by complete surprise. I was not familiar with this movie at all, so I was really stoked to see that Scream Factory was going to give it the treatment, and I'm going to probably reverse the cover artwork. Look at the reversible cover artwork. Alright, so this is the artwork. I don't know why they did that. Maybe that's like the original, and then you've got, or maybe this is the newly commissioned. I'm not sure. They both look pretty vintage, but check out this reversible cover artwork, guys, and tell me you're not going to go, if you purchase this, you're not going to go with this. Fucking bam, man. That is some sexy ass artwork. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yes. So, bam, we have Eye of the Cat. Probably going to watch this one real soon because I'm excited for it. I really, really dig that cover artwork. So, alright, guys, I'm outie. Outie like a quattro. I'll catch y'all with the next update. Peace and love.